his reasons for leaving me. The statistics are like 94% of men are. I was in a lot of denial. I would have left. I made some huge errors. I think it's a ridiculous perspective. I get so angry at this. It is highly unlikely that he left me, because what I'm about to share was way more painful than when I found out that my husband was leaving me. It is a doozy. Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome to my channel, Incredible Anyway. And this video, we are kicking off a series on my nightmare of a divorce. And I'm gonna be talking about some crazy things I never expected would ever happen in my divorce process. In this video, I'm gonna be answering a couple of questions that I get frequently asked. One is, did your husband leave you because he was having an affair? And two, did your husband leave you because of your health? I'm gonna address both of those. I'm making this video because I know that there's a lot of other people who have gone through hellish divorces. You need to know that you're not alone. Also, this is my story. This is what I experienced, what I lived, and I want to share my voice about it. This happened and it's wild and crazy. I did not expect it was going to be contentious at all. My thought and vision of my divorce was, once I realized this is what's happening, okay, let's do it. Let's get it done fast. I'm saying this to myself. People who I know who've gotten a divorce said, get it done as fast as you can. Settle. I was ready to agree. I wanted things to be fair. In fact, that was something I emphasized with my attorney, that I wanted to be fair on both sides. And my attorney reassured me, Kelly, don't worry, that's the judge's job. He will make sure it's fair. Please check out the video I put out called Can I Forgive? Because it really informs you as to the mindset and the view and perspective I have about my ex-husband. The first video I shared about my husband leaving me disabled, that was of the viewpoint of the person who was being left. That person was in a lot of denial. I was in a lot of denial about what my life was day in and day out with my husband. I was not looking at the reality of the situation and what really was happening. I think that if I had been facing a lot of things, that I would have left my husband years before. What I've learned in therapy about myself is that I'm a person who takes people at their word. I believe them easily, and that means that I can be taken advantage of easily, so I've had to learn how not to be easily taken advantage of. But I learned that I didn't ever expect that somebody might not be honest with themselves or honest with me about who they are. I made some huge errors when we were dating. I dated him and got engaged way too fast, and I didn't have the chance to get to know if the person he said he was actually who he was. When we got married, the person that I was experiencing was so different from who he would say he was. Had I realized years and years ago some things, I think that things would have gone a lot differently. And you know, I've learned a lot, obviously. I wish that it didn't take 12 years for me. And then, you know, 2 more of going through a divorce after that. But I think I've learned some valuable lessons, and I know going forward I will not make the same mistakes that I did with my ex-husband. Before I answer either of these questions, I want to say I can't answer for my ex-husband. I can only answer what my perception and my perspective is. If anybody ever tells you that they know what somebody else is thinking or feeling, run away, because nobody can do that. I can't tell you what he was thinking and feeling at all. I can just tell you what my perception is and what my understanding is. So starting off with, did my husband have an affair? Is that why he left me? I don't know. Those 20-30 minutes that I did talk to him, asking him questions, that was something I didn't ask because it didn't even occur to me. It didn't even come into my brain that he was leaving me because there was somebody else. I didn't ever think, oh, he's cheating on me, that's why he's leaving. So we didn't talk about it. The statistics of men who leave their wives, like my husband left me, the statistics are like 94% of men are actually cheating. It is possible he was in the 6%. The long and the short answer is I don't care. I don't care if he had an affair while we were married and that was or was not why he left me. It doesn't matter, because I know what my worth is, and I know that that had nothing to do with me. If he was having an affair, that was on him, and that was his issues and what's going on with him, not about me. I really don't know. And that's all I can say. Did my ex-husband leave me because of my health? It's obviously a very weighty topic. If you aren't aware, I am disabled by chronic health issues. I have been disabled for a long time. I became disabled 10 days after we got engaged. Long time that I have been sick and he was with me. I mean, obviously he could have left me before we got married. I was hospitalized twice while we were engaged and he didn't leave. He could have chosen to leave, but he didn't. And he stayed with me for 12 years after that. That's a long time to be with somebody who has disability and chronic health issues. In my opinion, if somebody was going to leave somebody because of their chronic health issues, I think that would have happened a lot earlier than 12 years. 12 plus years. He had been caregiving for me for such a long time. I was in and out of hospitals the first several years of our marriage. I think I was out of the hospital like 5 or 6 times the first 3 years of our marriage. So there was a lot of caregiving going on. And again, he could have left a long time before if he was going to leave me because of my health issues, because I was disabled and chronically ill. I understand why people ask that, because I think society at large who do not have people with chronic health issues in their lives don't understand that people with disability are very worthy of not only your time, but committing your life to. There is a form of discrimination called ableism. I think that this perspective does fall within that viewpoint of ableism. I think it's very sad. I think it's a ridiculous perspective to think that my husband would leave me because of my health issues, because I get so angry at this. I am this big puzzle, and health is part of that, but it's not the whole puzzle. I have so much to give, and I gave so much to my ex-husband. So much love and care. I gave a perspective that he didn't have. Myself and others who are chronically ill and disabled have so much to give. And I can say that because I have so many friends that are disabled by chronic health issues. Just take the people that I graduated with my service dog. I was with them for 2 weeks of team training. I got to see their disability. I got to see what it takes for them to get through the day, why they need a service dog, how their dogs changed their lives. I love these people like family. They're people that I want in my life for the rest of my life. I value them, and it has nothing to do with their health. And I understand that marriage is a deeper commitment than friendship, but I would choose a person with disability as my partner because I know that health is just a facet of their life. Yes, it's a part of my life that is a challenge, but doesn't everybody have challenges in their lives? Even if you don't have a health challenge, you've got some other challenge in your life that somebody else is going to have to deal with, that they're not going to like. You may or may not know that my husband attempted suicide 6 years into our marriage, and I caregave for him. Depression and other things came along with that suicide attempt. I took care of my husband, and I absolutely would do the same for somebody else if they went through a hard time or they became disabled. That is part of what marriage is about, is you have strengths and weaknesses and you deal with those. There is a couple on YouTube who are famous YouTubers. Their channel name is Squirmy and Grubs. This young man, I think he's in his 20s. He is wheelchair bound. He has a muscle disease. He needs assistance with his feeding, with his toileting. He's wheelchair bound, so he needs assistance with mobility, obviously. A lot of limitations. Guess who fell in love with him? A young 20-year-old model, smart, educated, went to college, beautiful. They've been together for a few years. They're married now. She was willing to take on the care that he requires because that's the way it should be. Because she saw that he has amazing qualities and amazing reasons that she wants to spend her life with him. That doing the caregiving is just a part of spending a wonderful life with him. Yeah, it's challenging. Yeah, it's not easy, but it's just part of life. It's frustrating to me that society has this perception that somehow because somebody is sick and and disabled, something that people don't want, right? Because people don't want to be sick and disabled. They don't want then to have somebody who is sick and disabled in their life. I just think it's so naive. You don't get it. You don't know. And you are missing out on so many incredible people. And I will say to those of you who are chronically ill, you will find a treasure hunter. You don't want somebody in your life if they're not willing to deal with these challenges that you have, because they have their own. You will find that person who sees your heart for what it is. I don't think that I am any less than just because a person who's able-bodied and who's healthy would come along. I have actually higher standards now than I did when I was dating when I was healthy. And I think it's because I know so many incredible people with chronic health issues. And I think that's the thing, is people who have gone through disability and chronic health issues, they've gone through stuff. And if you didn't know, the fire is refining. And when you go through that refining fire, it makes you a better person. It helps you to see things that you wouldn't see otherwise. I actually think that people with chronic health issues, now I know I'm making a generalization. I've met some people with chronic health issues I wouldn't want to be married to, so I'm not saying that we're all gems. And the reason that those people are not gems, in my opinion, is not because of their health issues. But I'm saying that there are a lot of gems out there. And granted, there will be people out there who don't want to help take care of somebody. So then move along and find somebody else. I just think it's just a very narrow-minded, ableistic viewpoint. I hope that people will start opening up their minds and realize my ex-husband was not with me for 12 years because he pitied me. We did love each other. I just don't understand why anybody would see me as just one facet of who I am. My health is just one piece of me. I have so many things to offer. Now, yeah, I have shortcomings too. It will be worth it for somebody. When I say that with all humility, I do think that I am worth somebody staying. Again, there's no way that I could ever answer this question because I don't know. I don't know what his reasons for leaving me are. I do not think that it was related to my health issues. After he left me, something that he did as a part of the divorce tells me that it is highly unlikely that he left me because of my health. You're gonna have to wait and watch what that is about in the next video. It is a doozy. What I'm about to share with you guys in the next video was way more painful for me to experience and to walk through than when I found out that my husband was leaving me. It was a big thing. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell and mark that you always get notifications, because you're not gonna wanna mix out on when I post the next video. I'll be so glad when I'm done talking about this stuff. If you are somebody who has gone through this, if you've been cheated on, I am so sorry. I don't have words. I've heard some real horror stories since I've been sharing my story, and I just wish I could give you a big hug, because you don't deserve it. You're worth way more than that. And how people treat us is not define our worth at all. You are enough just for who you are. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks for watching, and until then, I am Kelly, and you are not alone. Bye, guys.
Used to think I had to do it on my own, but I'm never alone now.